Hey everybody, this is Jared. I'm going to be doing our first unboxing video of our arcade buttons and joysticks, and I'm here with my son. We're going to kind of go over what we did and kind of show you what a mock-up project looks like. One thing about this is you're going to have your controllers right here. So this is your main controller, and it plugs in. It plugs in the computer via USB. So here's the USB input that comes in there, plugs in there, and that powers up everything. That powers up your joysticks. That actually powers up your buttons, which we got a little clip that will show you how that works. Everything's kind of powered up. Jump in, Ty.
Okay, so what we will do first is we have this, which you already saw, and then we have these, because you know how arcade machines have that coin slot? This will automatically input it, and then we have all the way up to player 1 to 4. So there's that.
Yep.
These will go underneath them, which
Yep.
will attach it so it will not fall out. And then we have the joysticks. We have 4 of them, but here's an example. So you will take these out. These will be plugged in to these.
Yeah.
So you will twist the ball on, and then that's your Joy-Con.
Yeah. One thing that's really nice about this in terms of wiring it up, it's actually really, really easy. This particular joystick, so I'll just show you an example of what it looks like. So this particular joystick, it will plug in down here on the bottom, and it's got like a 5-pin connector on here. All the other ones are actually 2-pin connectors, so it plugs in down at the bottom, and then when you look at the board, there's only one plug-in. I mean, I barely had to look at directions to really even wire this up, because there it is. That's the 5-pin connector right there. This particular side is going to be where you're going to put all your inputs on this side for each buttons. And if you want to have additional functions, I believe there was like a turbo button or something like that you do on this side. I got this on Amazon. It was like $80, but you get everything. I mean, this is pretty much everything that's included. So I mean, it includes, as Tyrese was saying, includes the coin buttons, includes these buttons, includes the joysticks themselves. These are 8. Well, yeah, people like to know these are 8-way joysticks. I'm not going to worry about doing a 4-way, at least initially. By the way, I think for $80, if there's something I don't like, I could probably just change that out. But we did like an initial little test. Everything worked out pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with things. Color wise, so every ball has its own little color. Hold on, Baba. Everyone has its own little color. So there's green, yellow, there's a blue. We'll show you what kind of like a blue setup looks like there. And the buttons themselves, pretty easy. They go on there. You plop them in there, and then there's a little connector on that. It plugs directly into the board off here on the side. Pretty simple little process. We have kind of like a mock setup. We were just kind of messing around because first thing we wanted to know is, does it work? So we got this, and then we went ahead and just wired one up to see how it works out. I'm gonna move some of this out of the way so you can kind of see what our mock-up is. One thing that we did do, that at least it's good to do a little mock-up, is to see how the joystick is oriented, because now we know what to do for next time. So here is a cardboard.
Okay, so this will be the cardboard bit. So as we have here, the joystick will go inside of here, which will make it turn correctly. We have the player 1 button, the coin button, and then we have these buttons. And then the wiring on the back is also pretty simple, because you have this, and then you just wire each one up to its individual button, and then you do it for that. And then we just have this one, which you could wire up.
And we tested this with Metal Slug. And right before you get started on, oh, by the way, talk about the 5-pin connector. So here it is for the 5-pin connector, and then it just plugs in down there on the bottom. So pretty simple to use. But we tested this with Metal Slug. We plugged this in to our PlayStation 4 via USB. Like, the only thing that really we got this upside down. so this was actually like this, and so we were up and down and left and right. We're a little bit backwards, but that's a simple fix and something we could easily fix in the future. They just go like that, and then everything's good. So then again, this is a little test, and I wanted to kind of see what everything looked like. I'm pretty excited that, I mean, when you look at it, it looks great. And for $80, I'm gonna flip it for a second. So talk a little bit about these button configurations. This is what I'm thinking, and I didn't do any exact measurements. This is just a mock-up to kind of see what I would like and what I wouldn't like. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to do the 3 main buttons, and this will be like your Street Fighter style type buttons or whatever. And then a little thumb button for extra buttons. Now, most games, you're not really going to need... Oh, you're going to do a little example of what it looks like? Okay, thanks, man.
Oh.
Most games don't need 8 buttons. Really, you're going to probably just do these. Now, again, it's not lined up. It's not straight. Again, this is all cardboard. We haven't done anything involving any wood yet. We will, but not yet.
So the finished project would kind of look like this, but this would be wood. You would have 4 people instead. This Joy-Con you could move, and then you have your hand on these buttons.
Yeah. See how he just lays it? Put your hand on there for a second. See how he just lays it, and everything almost lines up perfectly. The thumbs line up. And it's a little bit lower because your thumbs are lower, and then the fingers line up too. So that's what I'm kind of thinking is when I'm doing the 8-button layout. Now, that's going to be for player 1 and player 2. Player 3 and player 4 will actually not have these buttons. So this is what I'm thinking in my head. I mean, you tell me what you think about the comments, but one of the things that I found some pinup pinball and Pinball X games. I'm actually thinking having two buttons on the side here, and that'll kind of be like you're playing pinball on the side. Is what I'm thinking. Shape wise, I'm thinking like a shape like this comes down like this, kind of like hexagonal type shape a little bit here. I'm thinking like this, and then maybe the arcade buttons go here on the side, the extra ones. So when you're pressing that, it's almost like you're playing pinball right there on the arcade. So I'm kind of thinking, my plan is to have like an all-in-one button configuration setup, and then everything kind of lights up. Everything looks great, like I said, for the price. I can't really argue. And if things don't do the way I want it to do, I can just easily replace it, because I think $80 is not a bad price for everything. And yeah, that's about it.
So if you like this video, make sure to drop a like button down below. If you have anything that you want to add on, put it in the comment section below, like down there if you don't know. And then don't forget to subscribe. It would help us a lot to grow this channel.
We doing a lot of different types of videos. One of the things, I mean, we did our initial arcade video to show you what we were originally working with. We're going to be videotaping the whole entire process of taking it apart and kind of creating it to be our own. We also, this is still going to cost some money to do. So one thing that I'm doing is I'm actually got little side. If I wanted to, I could pay for myself, but I'm not going to. So I'm doing a little side job thing to pay for it, just to say, it's all extra. So there's a thing that's called the DoorDash Diaries, and it's kind of me delivering DoorDash in arcades and stuff like that. I mean, it'll give you idea of what did it take to actually take this and work it and be able to go from scratch all the way from every part of the process. So yeah, that's kind of the main part of the video. Stick around for just a few so you can actually see what this looks like in action. I'm going to go ahead and put in the clip of us checking it out.
And if you'd like to see the actual construction, it'll probably start around like springish. So
yeah. So right now we're kind of gathering the money to put it all together. We're in February now, so probably spring, May, and then once May comes, I mean, we're really going to push to complete all this and get it all done by summer. So yeah, continue to watch the videos, like and subscribe. If you guys have any input on things, just let us know, because the more input, the better, so we can make this machine even better. Thanks for watching.
jump. never played this game.
That's okay. This is probably the right game to play for it, though.
Continue. No. Continue is...
Coin?
No, it's this guy. Or is it? Oh, it's one of those. Yes. Finally. Come and get me. No! Jump. We'll throw some at them. Uh-oh. Jump. You go. Ah! Wow. It's hard. Gee.
So you're right. That's the button to press, is the start button.
This is